Well, yeah, let's get into some Ward Davis and clear our
some good stuff.
minds of this garbage heap. Um, so Ward Davis, for people who don't know, if you're just so happy that we're back that you're listening, no matter who the artist is, Ward Davis is a guy who's written with like Cody Jinks a whole lot. I'm pretty sure he probably writes with Whitey because he's always with them, and
I think so.
Yeah, and he's just a phenomenal fucking artist, and can't say too much good about him. There's not enough time in the world to say how much we love his music because it's phenomenal. He only has one album and an EP, right?
Yes, he's got a couple other songs that are like on random things. Like he's got one song that's like a Memorial Day song that's on some random collection. So like I think he's got a couple things like that, and there is some song out there where it's like a picture of him when he's like got less facial hair and all
almost
that.
Almost no facial hair.
Yeah. But yes, the main gist is the album and the EP is basically all there is.
Yeah. But yeah, and that is so phenomenal, and I hope we get an album from him soon because, I mean, not to get greedy because his EP came out like 5 months ago, but
yeah, and it is tremendous.
Yeah, it is an amazing fucking EP. It is genuinely one that I have listened to start to finish many times.
Yes.
So yeah, you want to hop into the top 10?
Let's do it.
Oh yeah. All right. So number 10 is Time to Move On.
Yeah, broken skyline. Which way to love land? Which way to something better? Which way to forget her? Which way do I go? Yeah, it's time to move on. It's time to get going. What lies ahead, I have no way of knowing. Under my feet, baby, grass is growing. Yeah, it's time to move on. It's time to get going.
This is the final song off of his EP, and you can tell when you listen to the EP that it's all a divorce EP. Like, that's the entire thing. It's about a guy going through divorce. And so the final one is Time to Move On, where it's just like, it's time to move on from this shit. And
yeah, so it's got a little bit more of like an upbeat kind of feel to it, which is nice, but it's a beautiful little song, and it's the perfect wrap up, like you said, how the EP is this divorce story, and so it's this perfect send you off on a little bit of a high note, kind of give you some hope feeling on Time to Move On. I just decided to stop talking, hoping that maybe it would stop freezing, but it apparently is still freezing, and I'm just going to keep moving back and forth until you acknowledge that I am talking and exist.
You are talking and exist. I got it as you started doing this thing. Yeah, I'm going to have to do a lot of fucking editing on this one. Or I'll just put it out as is because I'm lazy.
Yeah, I think, honestly, it might just be, now that I'm thinking about it, that my iPad is so old and shitty that maybe it just forgot how to work, and so it doesn't even know how to grab the internets anymore.
Yeah, you might want to just do it on your phone next time.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, that's probably true, because your iPad is older than my balls. My balls are only 6 years old.
Minor.
Anyway, number 9, I Got You.
'Cause I got you, and the taste of your love is all the trip I need. I got you, and I'd have to be a fool to mess with reality. Yeah, everybody likes to have a little vice or two, and I got you.
This is a great song because it's plays on that country idea of like being, not needing drugs or alcohol because the lady is the drug that gets you high kind of thing, which is nice. And so he just, the idea, like I just said, is he says, I've got you. And so he just basically says, I don't need, this, that, and the other thing, but I get high as shit on loving you.
Which is
woman.
Which is a very tired like metaphor in music, but it's still a great song.
Exactly. It's one of those that I feel like you have to be careful with, because it's very easy to make just a formulaic pile of dog shit.
Yeah.
If you just play on the tropes, but if you make it your own, it can be great.
Yeah, and I'm thinking. I mean, I could be wrong. I don't know the lyrics all too, but I don't think he ever has a line where he's just like, "I can't quit you. You're addicting," and like that kind of crap.
No. Because I'm just thinking, like, he's got the, like, I ain't never took a sniff of cocaine, never done whatever. He's basically saying, like, I don't have to do any of that stuff because I have you, not the I am addicted to your love because I listen to music that are tropes.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't have much to add to that one. Number 8 is Unfair Weather Friend.
If I find myself outlawed on a lonely Friday night, the songs aren't hitting home and the whiskey don't taste right. A few numbers on the phone and you're on the other end. I come whatever, unfair weather friend.
This is a nice slow one, which is, it's a, the play on words there with, the fair weather friend compared to the unfair weather friend. And so basically just talking about that person who's always there for you when shit's tough, and helps you through it. And it's just a nice, pretty slow sounding song, but it's just, it's a really nice one.
No, it's not. Anyway.
Oh, God damn it.
Number 7 is Good and Drunk.
Got a brand new bottle and a clock on the wall. More time than I need to kill it all. When the truth finally hits me, I hope that the whiskey is settling in. And with any luck, I'll be good and drunk by then.
This is another one from his EP where it's the first time I heard it, I was kind of iffy on it because I was just like, it's just kind of a corny line, like I'm gonna get good and drunk. I was just like, but then like hearing the entirety of the song and the lyrics and what it meant, I was just like, never mind. This is phenomenal.
Yeah, it's great because he takes that idea that you hear so often in country songs of I'm down and I'm just gonna drink her memory away, and kind of turns it to just like he just got through, because it's he just signed the papers on his divorce and like calls his sister or whatever, and he's just like, I'm hoping that by the time this really sets in, I'm good and drunk, so I just don't feel the brunt of this kind of thing. So he's basically just trying to push the pain further down the line to where he won't feel it as bad.
Yeah, and it has my second favorite lyric of the EP where it says, I picked up a pen and I signed my wife away. I was like, that is a phenomenal lyric.
Yup.
My favorite one is in
he's
the song Down the Road. But...
How dare you?
Yeah, but it's good. Number 6, Nobody's Looking.
Let me taste your lips for a moment. Swear I won't tell a soul. Let me hold you a couple more minutes, at least till it's time to go. When we walk back into the world, we can't let our little secret out. Oh, but hey, baby, look, nobody's looking right now.
It's a song about streaking on baseball
jerking
fields.
off in public. I think we just said basically the same thing, but we're both lagging, or at least I'm lagging and can't hear that you're talking. So, did we just both say something to the extent of jerking off in public? Because that's what I said.
I said streaking in public, I think.
Well, same shit.
Anyway.
This is a song about banging coworkers, and I would presume cheating. Because like there's the line of because it's got the line in there about like, you know, they'll just assume we're working late, so maybe they're not actually coworkers, but they're just fucking cheating. But yeah, the line is about, you know, they want to sneak a kiss in some sort of public type place where someone could catch them, but he's like, nobody's looking right now, and so they're just, you know, in love and all that shit, but they're cheating, and so it's all sketchy, but it's really good.
Yeah. It sucks. Number 5, The Overpass.
And some days he's sober long enough to feel regret, but he'll find a bottle and it won't last, 'cause he can't bear the thought of what it took to get what he had to what he has under the overpass.
This is a nice, real depressing one.
Yeah, we did this one on the top 25 saddest songs, I believe, didn't we?
I believe it made it onto one of those lists. I can't remember.
I think it was
when we talked about it, but that sounds accurate. Because I mean, it is a fucking depressing ass song.
Yeah, I think it was on the saddest songs list. But yeah, so it's pretty much about a dude who lives under an overpass, and
well, because he drinks every morning to try to forget why he is now living under the overpass. It's kind of hard to say when you're retarded.
It's true.
Yeah, so he just like starts. It just talks about his daily life. Like, all right, wake up, feel sad because he's sober, but don't worry, he'll be drunk in like 5 minutes, and so he'll just, you know, drink the pain away and try to forget about how he lost his wife and, you know, family and all that shit now that he's homeless. And so it's super depressing, but like we've always said, sad songs are the best songs. So if you can, you know, feel the things you feel about unnamed dude who is homeless under the overpass, it's just like, wow, dude wrote a good song.
No, he did.
Yeah, well, good point.
I don't even know why we're doing this episode. All these songs so far have been terrible. Number 4, No Going Home.
There's a road, it's straight and narrow. There's a road that winds. Walk with me, I'll make you strong. Once you're gone, there ain't no going home.
Yeah, this one is one of them that I really like the sound of it. I think he just gets a really cool, you know, the real fucking sound. We gotta get back into the rhythm of this so I can think of words that mean similar things.
Haunting.
So I don't just keep saying the same fucking words over and over again. But I really like the sound on this one. But it's basically the gist that I've gathered from it is basically getting the deal from the devil offered to you, where you can become rich and famous, but you've got to sell your soul, and there's no going back from that.
Yeah,
and it's a jam.
You're a jam, bitch.
I like jam.
What's the difference between jelly and jam?
I don't know.
I don't know if you answered the question or not, because it just, the second I asked it, it just cut out and just was nothing.
All I said was, I don't know. And then I just stared at your face, staring back at me, and I'm like, I don't know what I do now.
I think this would be more tolerable if this was a video podcast, because then people could actually watch the awkward silences of me just being like, are you talking?
You should just tweet out screenshots of both of our faces and just the stupidest looking face and just be like, all right, to ease your listening experience, stare at these two pictures every time that there's a break, because this is just what's happening.
Oh my God. I forgot. I was going to have a stupid ending to that joke, not the actual answer, but I forgot it because...
Because with the amount of lag that's going on, you basically started that joke yesterday?
Yes, pretty much.
Yep.
I think we started that. I think I started that joke on episode 30. Anyway, what are we on? 4? No, 3. 3 is I'm Not the Devil.
In a moment of weakness, I stumbled and I made my bed. But I'm not the devil you think that I am. There ain't no excuse, but I'm just a man. I slipped and I fell, it got out of hand. But I'm not the devil you think that I am.
If you heard our Cody Jinks episode, you heard this song, and if you're not an idiot, you've heard this song because it's amazing. But I remember we did the episode, and I said I like the Cody Jinks version, and you're like, it was going to be on my top 10, but then I heard the Ward Davis one, and I've been obsessed with that one since. And I was like, you're high. How could you not like this one? And then I went and listened to the Ward Davis one. I was like, you were right. This one is way better.
Exactly. Because it's one of those situations where it's absolutely no disrespect thrown towards the Cody Jinks version, because it is great. But Ward Davis's piano ballad, I'm Not the Devil, is next level. It's just great. I don't know. It feels like that's how the song was intended to be. It just sounds so authentic and real, and it's just beautiful. Haunting. It's haunting.
Haunting. Devil's haunting this. But yeah, if you don't know, if you didn't listen to our Cody Jinks episode, it was months and months ago. I'm Not the Devil. It's about a guy who cheated on his significant other, and he goes, I know I fucked up, but I'm not like the worst person in the world. I want you. I know I messed up. I'm not trying to move past it, but I want you to forgive me and know that it was a one-time thing, and I'm not going to do shit.
Exactly. He's not trying to make excuses or anything, but just I accept it. I am a man. All that good stuff.
Yeah. It's like I'm just a guy. I'm like I can't. I'm not perfect. I can't pretend that I'm perfect. So, yeah. Number 2, Live a Lie.
I drive by places that we used to go. Can't hardly keep my car on the road, but I try to stay between the lines. And I can't cry myself to sleep at night, 'cause she'd hear me and want me to tell her why. And I don't want to lie, so I close my eyes and I pray that I won't live to live a lie another day.
I believe, was this his... I don't know if this was his first one off the EP or if it was just... I don't know.
I think it was the first one.
I don't know. Anyway, it's a song about a guy who is, he's still in his terrible marriage and it's about to end, and he talks about like how he can't start crying because she'll ask what's wrong, but he can't tell her the truth and be like, well, it's you, bitch. Like, so he just has to go to sleep, and then it has that very haunting line of, which is my favorite lyric that I alluded to earlier, where he just goes, I hope that I don't wake up because I don't want to live a lie. I don't want to live a lie anymore. And it's just like, God damn.
Yeah, it's tremendously powerful. This is one of those like stop you in your tracks type songs. Like the first time I listened to it, I think I just like had my mouth open. I'm like, wow.
Yeah, I remember because I was at the gym, and occasionally if I'm like on a bike or the elliptical or whatever, I can listen to country music because it's usually upbeat enough to keep me like moving. But then this one came on, I was on the bike, I was just like, this is too sad for me to be listening to right now. And I texted you, I was like, this fucking song, holy shit.
Yeah, I remember I was on the train back from Chicago when I first got to actually listen to it, and I was just sitting there just, by myself on the train like, ah! I hope that translates well into the audio.
And you're like, this song is terrible next.
Exactly. Skip. Skip.
Skip! 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 Poor connection.
Yay.
Number 1, hooray, we've made it, almost, is More Goodbye.
Now the room is spinning and I'm fading slow, all messed up, nowhere to go. I'm sick and I'm tired, I'm drunk and I'm stoned, been getting shut down by every girl in my phone. I could call me a cab, or I could bum me a ride, but there's nothing at home but more goodbye.
Yeah, and so speaking of favorite lyrics, I'm sick and I'm tired, I'm drunk and I'm stoned. That is one of my favorite lyrics of any song ever. It's fucking great.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I like how it's just like, I've been getting shut down by every girl in my phone.
Exactly. This is such a great song for so many, because it's like, it's kind of funny, but it's also like really sad, and it's got this really awesome sound behind it. But it's just, the whole chorus about, he like, you can't really tell where, like, what he's getting at, and then he's just like, oh, you're getting, when he's just like getting shut down every girl on my phone, and then he's saying, I don't want to go home though, because at home there's nothing but more goodbye. And I just kept talking because I couldn't tell when you could tell when I was back and not lagging. So that's good. Shaking his head. Good listeners. We're going through a tunnel per se, and the tunnel is internet.
Yeah. But yeah, I love that like you said, of what little I caught of what you just said. It's an upbeat song, but it's a song about a guy who is doing literally everything he can to not go home, because at home it's just emptiness, and like, he does not want to be there. So
exactly.
So it's crazy that it's you listening. If you just listen to the music, you'd be like, oh, this is a moving song, but you listen to the actual lyrics, and you're like, okay, it's about a guy who hates his life. Okay.
Exactly. But, he's just trying to find a way to get through that life that he hates.
Yeah. I might just hang up on you, and you might have to just call me back, because this is atrocious.
Yay.
But yeah, so that's our top 10 for Ward Davis. If you have a song of the 6 that we didn't talk about, let us know if there's a song by Ward Davis that you prefer. And if Ward Davis, if you're listening, we love you.